Hey guys, welcome to Travel Feels. Today, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to tell you why not to buy the GH5. And if you have, you might want a refund. The GH5 is one of those cameras that I just wanna love so much. It's really handy, small camera, flip LCD screen, 60p 4K, 120 frames, 1080, just a lot of great features. But there's one thing that really annoys me. And before I get into it, I wanna preface this by saying I really appreciate what all the camera companies do. There's just so many amazing camera companies that are creating amazing cameras. It's insane how much you can pack into a little package like the GH5. But I have to say the vlog is horrendous on the GH5. And I don't say stuff like that too often. I'm pretty lenient, but after shooting with the vlog on the GH5 for a bit, it's just unusable, absolutely unusable. It's garbage. So if you don't know, vlog is a really flat way of shooting, so you get more dynamic range, more information, so you have a better time in post-processing, color grading and all that. So the way log works on the GH5 is you actually have to pay for it. You have to order this little code, comes in this box, a little code, and you have to do a whole bunch of stupid stuff. I don't know who the heck came up with this idea of having to put it on a memory card and having to download stuff onto the memory card and back and forth. It's just a terrible user experience. I don't know who came up with that, but they did not do a good job. And if there's anything we've learned from Apple, its user experience is so important. Everything from opening the package to turning it on for the first time, it needs to work well. I don't know why Panasonic did it this way because there is definitely easier ways of doing it. But that's a small thing. It's a one-time headache. Once it's done, it's done. But the big problem with the vlog is the color science of it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I shot the little Whistler video, almost every single clip has weird colors. It'll go from red to green to red to green in these little blocks of color, and it just looks really bad. And it's especially bad for skin tones, which is the most important thing when you're filming people. Skin tones have to look really natural, and with this weird red and green splotches, it just doesn't look good at all. And I would go as far as saying it's unusable. As soon as I shot that first video and started color grading and looking at the footage, I just realized you can't use this. And ever since then, I've been shooting in Cine D instead of vlog. So I bought this $100 upgrade to get the vlog, and it's absolute garbage, unusable. It doesn't happen as badly in 10-bit footage, but the 8-bit footage is really bad, and you're using that a lot, especially for the slow-mo, the 120 frames per second. And right now you can't do 4K 60 frames per second in 10-bit either, so you're stuck with 8-bit, and it just does not look good on the skin tones. I messaged Panasonic about this, and they were trying to say that it maybe has something to do with the LUT, and it definitely doesn't have to do with the LUT. There is a chance that it has somehow to do with Premiere, but I don't think it's actually with Premiere because even when I play those clips in Finder, I can see actually where that's happening already sometimes. So I don't think it actually has to do with Premiere. I think it's actually the vlog. And it also doesn't make sense that it only happens in the vlog and then not the Cine D. It would happen in both if it had to do with Premiere. So this is really depressing. The GH5 was looking like an amazing camera, decent dynamic range, vlog, all that great stuff, but the log just sucks. You can't use it. I do not advise you to use it right now. It is really bad. And this should be something that you can make happen. Almost all the Sony cameras have S-Log 2 or 3, so you can make it happen in a DSLR. But for whatever reason, Panasonic did not get the job done on the GH5 and vlog. And this is not just my footage. I've looked at other people's video clips when they use vlog. You can really see it in the skin tones. It goes from green and red, and if you zoomed in on it, you would really see how bad it is. I don't know if it'll translate as well on YouTube, but it's definitely there. And then there's the other part, which is if you're an Adobe user, you cannot edit on the 10-bit footage at all. It just doesn't play. You get all this weird stuff sometimes. It'll have like a split screen of the same clip twice. It looks really weird. It doesn't play properly at all, which is really Adobe's fault, but I think Panasonic should have been also testing it and pushing Premiere to get this fixed, because that's a really big problem for a lot of people. I mean, yeah, you can always convert to ProRes, but you don't want to be forced to always have to convert to ProRes, especially if you're on a really tight deadline or you're editing a vlog or something like that. You don't always want to be converting to ProRes just because it takes more time. So this is another really big headache. Really big letdown from Adobe. I'm just not liking Adobe all that much lately. Tons of crashes and all that. I've been thinking about switching over to Resolve because it's a free program and they just made a lot of really good updates on the program. And not to mention the color grading side of Resolve is the best there is. So I'm really starting to think maybe I should be switching from Adobe. Adobe costs a lot. I think it costs too much for what it is right now. So yeah, that's got me thinking a little bit. So back to the GH5, it's really unfortunate that they really botched up the vlog. I really wanted to shoot in log on the GH5. So I'm gonna keep using it for now and see how it is. Can I make it work with just Cine D? Guys, sorry for the downer today. I don't like being too negative, but this is just something that I had to say. I feel like a lot of people are buying the vlog and they really shouldn't be, because it just isn't worth it. It literally makes every single clip unusable for the most part. So I do not recommend you buying it, and if you did buy it, ask for a refund right now. And if you were really wanting to shoot in log on the GH5, I would say get a refund for the camera, send it back, because you're not gonna be able to do that right now. Hopefully Panasonic fixes this. Link them on social media, ask them what's going on with the vlog, and pressure them a little bit, and hopefully they fix it. And then the GH5 will actually be a really good camera with nice log, lots of slow-mo options, and just a really nice small package. But until then, I don't know how much I'm gonna shoot with the GH5. We'll see. Maybe it'll still be fine. All right, that's it for me guys today. Next video will be a little bit more positive, hopefully. Enjoy the filmmaking process and go get some of those travel feels.